That breaking news coming in from Norfolk, where right now a U.S. Naval hospital ship is leaving Virginia headed to New York to aid in healthcare efforts amid the coronavirus pandemic. The USNS Comfort is a 70,000-ton ship that's being sent to one of the worst hit states to offer relief for hospitals that are being overtaken by people battling COVID-19. Here's a look at the president's send-off from this afternoon. With Secretary of Defense Mark Esper by his side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
President Trump stood proud, declaring the symbol behind him is a message of hope.
I'm deeply honored to be at Naval Station Norfolk, the largest naval base anywhere in the world, and the home to the most powerful fleet that has ever sailed the seas.
The USNS Comfort is one of two naval ships being deployed in the fight against COVID-19. 3 football fields long, 10 stories high, with 1,000 beds. The ship left Virginia Saturday, where it's expected to arrive in New York Monday. It will begin treating patients on Tuesday. Patients who do not have coronavirus but need surgery and critical care. That will free up beds in New York's hospitals that right now are being inundated with people showing symptoms of the virus.
Among the sailors departing today are some of the finest doctors, nurses, technicians, orderlies, and medical staff anywhere in the world. These are true professionals, and no one performs better under pressure when lives are on the line. These are incredible people. We're here for you, we're fighting for you, and we are with you all the way, and we always will be.
We want to get you now to what you need to know about the coronavirus in Virginia. There are now 739 cases in the Commonwealth. At least 17 people have died. 9,100 people have been tested and 99 have had to go to the hospital because of it. 2 associates at Bon Secours in Hanover have tested positive. There's also a second case of the virus at Fort Lee. That's where a dental clinic employee tested positive. President Trump signed into law a record $2.2 trillion economic rescue package, a plan that could put thousands of dollars into your bank account within 3 to 4 weeks. Of those cases you just heard about, 2 of them are in the Crater Health District. A man in his 30s in Emporia tested positive, along with a woman in her 70s in Greensville County. Those cases are both the first in their respective localities. As the number of people infected continues to climb across the country, more states are imposing stay-at-home orders to slow the spread. The White House now urging people who aren't very sick to not get tested simply because hospital beds are running out of protective equipment. Chris Pallone reports from New York. Chris, thank you. Turning now to Richmond, where it's a beautiful day outside. And of course, you wanted to get out and enjoy it, right? We wanted to know just how all of you are handling social distancing while getting out in the fresh air. Enzo Domingo joining us now. Enzo, you went to Burt Park today. What are people telling you there?
Now, people were just glad.
Switching gears now to take a look at your weather. We got a live look for you at the River City. Hopefully some of you got to enjoy some of that warm weather. We saw many folks in Enzo's package, but you got to keep your distance from others. Keep that in mind. Weather specialist Nick Russo standing by now. Nick, are we in for another good round tomorrow?
Brent.
All right, Nick, stay close. We'll be back. Well, as healthcare workers continue to struggle with not having enough protective gear, 2 new companies are joining the effort to make masks and gowns amid a national shortage. Plus, a longtime civil rights activist who worked with Dr. King passes away. More on the life and legacy of Joseph Lowery when we come back. But before we head to break, let's take a look at what we're watching tonight in prime time, right here on NBC 12. The death toll from the outbreak of coronavirus in Italy has surged again. As of today, the country is up to more than 10,000 people. Today's death toll was the second highest daily tally since the epidemic began. That's when 889 new deaths were reported. Italy's 10,000 fatalities from COVID-19 is by far the highest in the world. The Italian city of Bergamo continues to struggle to store coffins that are waiting to be buried. The town is overwhelmed by the number of coronavirus deaths there. Churches in surrounding areas are being used to hold the coffins since nearby cemeteries are full. This footage shows some of the coffins being loaded onto military trucks today to be taken to other holding sites. Meantime, here in the States, companies are stepping up efforts to help healthcare workers who don't have the proper protective equipment. Earlier today, the popular shoe company New Balance tweeted, "All hands on deck. Our U.S. factories are working to develop, manufacture, and deliver facial masks to the hospital community." And the company Fanatics has stopped making Major League Baseball jerseys at its plant in Pennsylvania. Instead, the company says its goal is to now create up to 1 million masks and gowns for healthcare workers. Closer to home now, 2 people are dead after a 1-year-old child was involved in an accident on I-95. This was near Colonial Heights late last night. Coming up, we'll have the latest on what led to that deadly crash and how many others were injured. That's when the news at 7 continues. 2 people are dead tonight and 5 others hurt after a late-night crash involving 3 vehicles near Colonial Heights. Virginia State Police say the accident happened on I-95 North near the Woods Edge Road exit last night. Police say 32-year-old Danielle McDaniel hit another driver head-on before striking another car and going off the road. 2 people, an adult and a 1-year-old child, died. 5 others were taken to the hospital for serious injuries. She is being held at the Chesterfield County Jail. With extra time on their hands, many have started thinking about how to prepare their finances for retirement. So Kelly Avellino spoke with a financial advisor about Roth IRAs and how they can help you save for the future. Tonight, we remember a man who marched with Dr. King and who led the nation in prayer for its first black president. Longtime civil rights activist Reverend Joseph Lowery passed away Friday night at the age of 98. Chris Clackham takes a look back at his remarkable life. A life that won't be forgotten. That does it for us at 7. We'll be back at 11 o'clock with more news, weather, and sports. Until then, have a great night.